After reading an article, I discovered the Windows mouse acceleration enhancement option and the problems it was giving me. What the option does is changes the way that your mouse pointer reacts to your movements based on your speed. So if you were to move your mouse a couple of degrees in one direction, it would move a pointer a certain amount. If you then move the mouse those same degrees but faster, it will move the mouse more. And this makes it difficult to judge how fast your mouse is going to go and where exactly it's going to stop. So turning this off will get you more to the one for one, meaning the way you move your mouse is the way the pointer moves. This helps when you're playing a game that requires high mouse accuracy like StarCraft 2 or League of Legends or any first-person shooter. It makes the mouse movement much more predictable. You give up a little speed so you can't turn around as fast, but you gain predictability, which is very important. So I'm going to start by showing you how to turn this off. It's very easy, and in the description I have an article that describes in much more detail the benefits and what exactly this does, and gives you a batch you can run that will turn it completely off, because apparently the setting is still semi-on even if you turn it off. But you know, just to try it out, go ahead and turn that off, see what it feels like. It is very different. It's like night and day once you flip that switch. Now we're going to start setting up TF2. Here's some options you should definitely look at. We'll go to advanced. You want fast weapons switch on. If this is off, it's just so much slower. Fast switch is something you want to enable. We'll then go to multiplayer. In the multiplayer screen, you want to fiddle with the crosshair that you feel comfortable with. This one I like because it grows or shrinks depending on how accurate the weapon is. Weapons don't lose accuracy when you move, but if you try to fire too fast, they will. So here you want to find a crosshair that will fit you. In TF2 there's such a thing as spray painting images. You could spray paint on walls and put your little sign. This is where you would do it. It's just a fun thing to do, and this is where it is. I'll attach a video on how to make them. I mean, it should just take any picture you have, but you can do some complicated things like make ones that move and such. They take a little more work, but they do exist. Automatically reload weapons when you're not firing. In TF2, when you're reloading, you can still fire regardless of where you are in the reload, so it just forces a reload as often as you can get them. There is no negative to it other than you'll see the animation, and this stops you from having to constantly hit the reload button because you just want to reload at every moment you can. Play a hit sound every time you injure an enemy is really just to get used to when you actually hit them. With ping and just server lag and weapons and bullet spread, it's hard to tell all the time when you've hit somebody. This really helps you a lot. When in melee, it sometimes is a lie. You'll see the hit, you'll see blood, but you actually didn't hit them. This will make the noise when you actually do, and will get you better at backstabbing or just shooting, and it's information you certainly want to have. Display damage done as text over your target is also something you want to see. You want to get used to how much damage each weapon does based on each situation. It's very, very important, especially as a sniper, because that when you're zoomed in and you're charging, the damage will be different, and you need to know how much you hit them, because you can have a pretty good gauge of how much life each character has, each class has, and when you hit them, then you know he probably has approximately this much left. Next, we're going to look at the video settings, and under advanced. Now my settings are all set very low. This is partially because it allows me to record at a faster frame rate, and partially because I don't like to have all of the animation stuff and all of the flares flying around. It makes it difficult to see when things are intense. If you have them all off or very low, they are less obtrusive. But I mean, if you're just playing and you want to, see everything in all of its cool glory, feel free to leave it on, but I find that it's more distracting than anything else. However, I have played an awfully long time, so I'm already used to it all. There's nothing that I go ooh or ah at anymore. What I would like you to look at, though, is the field of view. Field of view is sort of a peripheral vision. You know, your screen is a very limited amount of view to actually see. When you mess with this setting, it allows you to see a little more around you or a little less around you, and a little more is usually better. I would suggest you move it around. A lot of games don't even have this as an option, but this one does. You want to check it out. You want to slide it around and see what feels comfortable. Under mouse options, in most games I would suggest keeping it in the middle or as close to it as possible. I'm going to try to have a new tutorial video every Friday. This next series is mainly going to be about the sniper. Up until where I am right now. I mean, I can't explain things beyond where I am. And after that, it may switch to another class or possibly to another game. Most likely another class, because I'm fairly effective with the spy, and I think I can explain some of the early things and then possibly lead you to better hands for the more complicated stuff. Now, I'd like to end this off with something that I want to end off with all of my TF2 videos, and that's TF2 etiquette. If you're running towards a health pack and you see a medic running towards that health pack who needs it too, it's proper etiquette to allow that medic to get the health pack because he can heal you. He may not heal you. Some medics are just concentrated on their one thing and he'll completely ignore you. But if that medic has any skill at all, he'll notice what you've done and heal you. So keep that in mind.